So Valkyr Prime came out, and we didn't get a lore explanation on why the Prime version of Valkyr looks like the added version of Valkyr instead of looking more like the Jersemi skin, which is supposed to be the standard version. The lore video that you're looking right now ended up just being a diorama, which people are saying, oh, it's copying the mannequin challenge. Warframe did this from the start. The first video on YouTube, look for it, is this. Anyway, I was disappointed because this should have come out along with the Warframe. They had to know that people were going to be like, why does shit look like that? So, because they didn't, I'm going to offer a suggestion to see if that helps them come up with something interesting because this really needs an answer. This story begins with a lone Tenno searching for Oregon Void Towers so he could farm Argon crystals with his Valkyr Warframe. The Tenno ends up finding a new kind of tower. Let's call it a Tier 5 tower. This Tier 5 tower is more like a military installation instead of the usual shopping mall tower that we get with those carpet rolls and sofas. This tower, instead of just controlling the enemies by using that mask, it captures them and upgrades them and turns them into better Orokin powered killing machines. When the tower noticed that the current invader was a Warframe, it began to hack it, and it successfully cut the link, leaving the Warframe completely helpless. Once the Warframe was taken to the upgrade lab, it organized the current added V version of Valkyr, creating Valkyr Prime, the one that we have now. This story explains the look of Valkyr Prime, and it echoes the creation of the added V version, making both Valkyr and Valkyr Prime brand new Warframes. Now, the next thing you're gonna say is, wait, how do the blueprints get into the relics? The relics aren't really well defined. They're not actually something until you expose them to the void. So you could easily say that the Tier 5 tower sent out the blueprints to other towers, and that's how it somehow got into a relic, and we can't farm them. If you want to go a bit out there, we can say that the reason that void fissures happen is from repeated use of void powers, which is the reason why the Arcan put a limit on the tunnels. During a rescue attempt, fissures started popping left or right, and that ended up sending the Valkyr Prime's blueprints back into an early point of the Arcan Empire. And getting even crazier, we can say that this is the reason why Prime started. Because if you remember, the very first Warframe is the Excalibur prototype skin. And that one looks like a standard Warframe. So one day the Oregon found the Valkyr Prime blueprints, and they ended up combining the found Prime technology with the Excalibur prototype to create their own Warframes, their own Oregon type Warframes. So yes, that was a bit out there, but I just wanted to plug all the possible holes that this little argument creates. Okay, let's review. A lone Tenno finds a new type of Oregon tower. His Valkyr Warframe is captured. This new kind of tower upgrades the added V-type Valkyr into Valkyr Prime. And this upgrade explains why Valkyr Prime has a design that looks like the added V-type Valkyr. The rest about the relics, that doesn't matter. The important part is this core that explains the design of Valkyr Prime perfectly. It's very neat. Okay, I hope this helped. and I hope you come up with something that's very inventive. I do not want to see a retcon. I do not want to see a retcon.